The Internet Tough Guy Starter Kit. Because looking dangerous online is easier than actually doing anything. Are you over the age of 55, but still acting like a backup enforcer at a social club nobody visits anymore? Do you dream of becoming an internet street legend without all the exhausting parts like actual credibility? Then you need the Internet Tough Guy Starter Kit. Now featuring 1 black hoodie, 3 recycled prison stories, 17 conspiracy theories, and a starter supply of I know guys in the street for absolutely no reason. But wait, there's more. Order now and receive our bonus package, the YouTube Mob Expert Vocabulary Expansion Set. Learn important phrases like, you don't know what you're talking about. I was around real guys. He's a rat. I could tell stories, but I won't. And everybody's favorite. We're going to handle this off camera. Even though absolutely nothing ever happens off camera. But that's not all. You'll also receive our exclusive Ducking the Fade Home Security System TM. Perfect for people who threaten boxing matches, monetize boxing matches, and then mysteriously never box. Side effects include ego inflation, Facebook uncle syndrome, podcast addiction, and becoming emotionally dependent on live stream donations. The Internet Tough Guy Starter Kit. Because if you can't become feared in real life, there's always MobTube. Disclaimer. The following program is intended for educational, historical, internet anthropological, and emotionally exhausting purposes only. All statements are based on publicly available interviews, YouTube behavior, internet arguments, prison stories, fake tough guy energy, non-stop live stream drama, and enough ego to power the entire Eastern Seaboard for 6 consecutive months. Pizzaverse Studios does not endorse fake mob historians, internet gangster cosplay, grown men threatening each other through webcams, or anybody screaming, street guy, while sitting next to a ring light and a Bluetooth microphone from Amazon. No actual boxing match occurred during the making of this documentary, because apparently scheduling a fight was harder than scheduling parole hearings. If you recognize yourself in this documentary, maybe stop pretending YouTube comment sections are organized crime sit-downs.
A look back in MobTube history. Pizzaverse Studios. A Palermo Productions original. Written by Bambi Palermo. Narrated by Vincent Diprio. Lee Cole and Danny, the fake Wiseguy trio versus John Alite and Michael Doud. There was a time when organized crime figures tried staying invisible. That was the entire point. No cameras. No interviews. No live streams. No 30-minute arguments over YouTube super chats. Old school gangsters spent decades avoiding microphones like they were federal wiretaps. Now, half the internet looks like a retirement home for angry ex-wise guys arguing over subscribers, thumbnails, and who disrespected who on a Tuesday live stream. And somewhere inside this bizarre digital carnival, you got Lee Cole and Danny, the fake Wiseguy trio, versus John Alite and Michael Doud. A feud so ridiculous it somehow became one of the funniest collapses in Mafia YouTube history. Because this wasn't really about honor, or loyalty, or the street. This was about ego. Attention. Clicks. And grown men turning YouTube into a virtual social club where everybody talks tough and nobody actually throws a punch. Lee Cole positioned himself like the all-knowing authority of mob history. Every stream, every rant, every dramatic speech. You'd think the guy personally attended every Mafia Commission meeting since 1931. Meanwhile, Danny Trio showed up playing the role of the mysterious street-connected guy, which became hilarious later. Because eventually the internet discovered Danny wasn't exactly some terrifying underworld figure. The guy got exposed harder than a bootleg extension cord in a flood. Then came John Alite, one of the loudest personalities in mob YouTube history. Love him or hate him, John showed up openly, stood on business publicly, and actually moved into legitimate life afterward. Meanwhile, Michael Doud, a former corrupt NYPD detective connected to drug corruption scandals, did 12 years in prison for his crimes. 12 years. An important detail Lee somehow conveniently forgets every time he tries presenting himself like Professor Street Knowledge over there. Because apparently, research stops once it interferes with the narrative.
Video, and I'm sure that some of you seen this on the video I put up last night, but I'm going to stop it and discuss it with Danny, and we're not going to stay too long into the video, but it's worth playing. So we're going to put this up. Okay. And here we go, people.
Hey, everybody. One more day back, me and Mike Doud, to do a public safety announcement.
From the sea breeze in Reddington Beach, Florida, the West Coast, a little panoramic view so that the guys out there that are that are stealing children from McDonald's playgrounds. McDonald's playground. That's what happened, right?
I don't know where those two guys are stealing them.
Danny, are you aware of the fact that we steal children?
Yeah, we go to McDonald's, the playground, and we steal children.
Yes, well, according to them, and my challenge to them is find any records that say that on either one of us anywhere. I bet you can't. But you know what, John?
Well, these two are Laurel and Hardy. That's what they are. They push buttons, and that's fine. But at least come out with something true. You want to come out with bullshit? Well, let's talk about your bullshit, John Alite, and your little hyena behind you. Michael Doud is a punk. Michael Doud is nothing but a woman beater, choker, abuser. He's a piece of shit. And then he's got his minion in front of him, who's about 5'4", and he's got a bigger mouth than the Grand Canyon, but he's been knocked out just as big as the Grand Canyon is. So, John Alite, you're a punk. And your little fag buddy is another punk. So, you can continue.
There's two clowns out there, right?
That do podcasts.
I want to say their names because
we don't
even know that name, to be honest.
Yeah, one's got no.
Well, see, we know their name because one, Mike Doud sold out the police department, lost his job, and instead of going to prison like a man, he ratted on everybody except his partner ratted on him first. And he says he didn't rat, but he did. And also, he bought somebody to be murdered by a drug dealer. Let me just show you this drug dealer right here so you have an idea what I'm talking about. He was involved with a guy named Diaz. That's this guy right here. This guy is out of prison too, Danny. Why can't they hold these guys in prison?
Yeah, I know.
And this is his partner that ratted them out, Kenneth Ural. And Kenneth looks like he's having a good time because this guy, who I could never stand as an actor, is making a movie about the precinct, about the 75th precinct. Are you familiar with the 75th precinct, Danny?
I am.
And how are you familiar with it?
I'm not going to go into how I am, but I am.
But I mean, weren't you close to that precinct?
Yes.
Okay. Because I've heard you mention that precinct before.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to see a good show on Showtime, it's about these crooked cops and what they did. And there's a lot of things they did that people don't even talk about. And can you imagine that these cops, they're out. They're out. They only did a couple years for all the horrible things they did. And you got some guy that's busted with a bag of crack that's serving 25 years. Danny, what do you think about that when scumbags like this get out of prison, but you got guys in prison for with a bag of crack?
Well, look, everybody knows what kind of person this fucking Michael Doud is. He's a punk, and he amounts to nothing. He walks around west coast of Florida, which I'm only 48 miles away from. So I would love to meet both of you any way you want, and that's a standing offer. Particularly you, Michael Doud. You talk all kinds of shit. You like to beat up women. Why don't you beat up me? And that's a standing offer. And that goes for John Alite now. You mentioned me in this video you made that you want to challenge me to a boxing match.
And we'll get to that, Danny. That's going to be in this video. We're going to get to that part, and then you can say what you want on that.
John.
Yeah.
Constantly using our name.
Yeah.
To get attention.
Well, one guy got no teeth. He never left the crack house. The other guy's a fat guy that goes on TV with a tank top.
On TV.
On the podcast.
Oh, like my partner.
Yeah, and then we just most of the fat.
This is where it's at.
His claim to fame is. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
His claim to fame is he got shot in the belly twice to jerk off. I said, so somebody shot him in the belly and forgot to shoot him in the head.
Danny, what do you think about that? You got shot twice in the belly, but John thinks you should have got shot in the head.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad he thinks that. And as far as his little hyena behind him, that's the Miami fag. You see how he's showing his Miami Vice and his slick back hair? He definitely could be a portrait for the village people.
And he got arrested and was held at $75,000 bail, and he didn't go back to prison, which he should have, for choking out his girlfriend.
Yeah, he's a tough guy, and he gets on a forum that allows him to spew and talk about people. But, here's the flip side of the coin. Legally, if you find him in the street and you do something, you go to jail, right? Because he's a, protective witness, or has handlers or whatever. But he never walks around by himself. Neither does the midget, the little minion in front of him. He's always got a bodyguard. And I want to know why you have a bodyguard, John Alite, when you're so tough. You could beat up the world. So continually.
He would have did us all a favor.
So we're going to do a public service announcement to protect your children, is it?
Oh, yeah, protect your children. We want to fight the two of them in a ring because they claim they're tough guys.
Oh.
So we're going to fight them in a ring. And we're
like
going to
Tommy, like Tommy.
Okay, so, Danny, John Alite challenged you to a boxing match in a ring. You live 40 miles from him. We all know already, just so you do know, people, I want to show you something real quick if we can remember this. Remember when Jimmy Calandra wanted to fight John Alite? And John Alite wanted to fight him, said he wanted to fight him, but never really fought him. He wanted to fight John Jr. But you know what? Danny, you're John's age. John thinks he's a tough guy. So what do you say if he said we could legitimately put a match together that's worth it? Would you fight John Alite in the ring?
Let me say this. I talked to two people, all right, about this video that was made of me and you yesterday. One is an MMA fighter, and one is a cousin of mine that was a sparring partner for Vito Antifermo. So, to be honest with you, both of them said, let us fight him. And I said, nope, I'm not going to let you fight him. I want to fight him in the street, but I don't think they'll do that. So I'll tell you what, John Eli, anywhere you want to put together a boxing match, I'll be there and I'll fight you. And that's a standing offer. So go see who you got to go see and read my lips. I'll fight you anywhere. New York, Tampa, anywhere you want to fight in a ring, I'll fight you. And I'll tell you one other thing. Michael Doud, if you want to fight, I'd love to kick your fucking brains in. So you want to call me fat? Wait a minute. You want to call me fat and this? I'll tell you even what. I'll get on my knees and I'll fight you, John Eli, because I know you got a glass jaw. Just like the guy that knocked you out in prison, just like Victor knocked you out in the street. So many other guys knocked you out. You're a punk. And of course, I'll accept your offer. You think you scared me, John Eli? I'm looking forward to this. So all your little minions and little fuck boys that follow you, let's see what happens after the fight, jerk job.
Well, that pretty much explains it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, people. So we're going to play some more of this.
Yeah,
From the other podcast.
But they can donate all their money to their favorite children's charity. And this way you don't got to kidnap them anymore.
They got lots of children's charities.
Your favorite daycare, wherever you guys try to kidnap kids from. Yeah. I says, oh, you two fat bastard children nappers. So we just want to say hello to you guys.
Wait, what's the problem? What do they actually do? I've heard one or two comments.
Start smoking crack.
Well, I don't know. What are they doing? Are they putting us out there like,
we're
banned?
Yeah, we're banned. Oh, we're banned.
We're out here going to colleges, universities, donating our time and the no money that I have and all the money you have.
Let me ask you a question, Danny. How many How many children lives do you think these two drug dealers have affected?
First of all, it's a farce. It's all a gimmick. It's all bullshit. Michael Doud is a punk. He's a fag. He takes it up the ass. He beats women. He's a true fag. And the guy in front of him loves transvestites. But anyway, listen to me, John Eli. Call your people, put it together. I'd love to fight you, brother. Love to fight you. So you're going to see how fat I am. Okay? You fag.
Danny, how many windshields did you install yesterday, Danny?
9.
9 windshields. Fat guys could never put 9 windshields up.
Hey, Lee, listen. This guy is on a platform to belittle people. Now the belittling is going to be upon him because when he gets his fucking neck beat in, we're going to see. And I want everybody to remember what I'm saying. Remember what I'm saying. I'm fat. I'm a pig. I'm this. We're going to see. We're going to see in the ring. We're going to see how tough you are, John Alite, because you're not. You got a glass jaw. One touch, you're going to fall down, you fag.
His brother contacted me the other day through a seance because his brother died. So he contacted me, says, listen, through a media, talking about how disgusted he is, proud of his kidnapping brother. And he wants to see his papers and see it. If he molested him, he wants to see the papers out there to see what he exactly did.
Can you imagine that he just said that I molested my brother?
Yeah. We talked together, me and you, Lee, and we weren't going to say certain things about his family, and we're going to hold true to that. But watch what you say, because we got a lot of stuff on you and certain people that you're close to. So if I were you big dummy, you big mouth punk fag, I'd shut your mouth.
Okay. Well, let's go on from there.
Isn't that a shame?
They all know what we did.
Yeah.
We just don't know what he did.
Yeah, we don't know what
Yeah,
was
that's
the
right.
hide.
Why don't you
We know what
investigate
he
me?
did.
The rest of the kids you hide.
Investigate me. Look me up. You're a fucking ex-cop. Look me up, you fucking blowjob. Go right ahead. Then you know what I'm about. You'll see, you queer.
You know they listen to everything we say.
I know.
You gotta go higher. You gotta go
There you go.
Two fucking figs. They're gonna blow each other on the fucking water.
So listen, everybody at McDonald's with your kids, be careful for these two guys. We'll put that picture out next week. We got a new surprise for them.
Yeah,
We're not.
we got
Just-
a surprise for you.
So they say they have a. So listen, Danny, they say they have a new surprise for us when they start their new season in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the surprise.
I can't wait. Absolutely. Me too.
Yeah.
We got a surprise too.
we have some surprises for you. Some family issues that he's having. But, or we could talk about
And
John.
some people that know you very well. Some people that know you very well. Jerk off. And they're going to come on and speak about it.
Here's a big question, Danny. Why did John Alite a few months ago, about 6-7 months ago, get run out of New Jersey and have to leave for Florida? That's an interesting story that we could talk about.
That's an interesting topic that we're going to delve into. So
yes,
in 2 weeks, we're going to counter.
Yep. Well, here we go, people.
Say names of the mass shooters.
Yeah. We're not going to give.
We're not going to give you masked. They're masked criminals.
You guys know
MASKED.
You know who you are. You know who you are.
You got our attention. I'll give you credit.
You got our attention. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to end this right here. But here's what it comes down to, Danny. They got our attention. We got their attention, but the problem is we're going to give them more attention than they can handle. From what I understand, that
you know what, Lee, it boils down. It boils down to this, and I didn't mean to cut you off. I can yell and scream and act like an asshole.
At the end of the day, this entire saga became the perfect symbol of modern mob YouTube. Everybody wants to be respected. Everybody wants to be feared. Everybody wants to sound connected. But most of the time, it's just middle-aged men screaming into webcams while the audience watches like it's reality television from an alternate universe. Lee Cole stayed online chasing relevance. Danny Trio got exposed. Michael Doud already paid for his crimes with 12 years in prison. John Alite moved into legitimate life and politics. And the boxing match never happened. Because of course it didn't. The Internet Social Club talks a lot, but history shows talk is usually all it is. This has been another Pizzaverse Studios documentary, a look back in MobTube history, a Palermo Productions original, written by Bambi Palermo, narrated by Vincent DiPrio. If you enjoyed this descent into internet Wiseguy chaos, like, comment, subscribe, and remember, in the old days, mobsters avoided cameras. Now they fight over thumbnails. Special thanks to everybody watching from the safety of their homes, wondering how the hell YouTube somehow turned into a digital Newark diner parking lot at 2 a.m. We appreciate the support. And remember, if somebody online says, "I'll handle this off camera," there's about a 94% chance absolutely nothing is about to happen. Thanks for watching.
Back in the old days, sports betting wasn't run by corporations. It was run by a guy named Tommy, 3 cigarettes, a busted calculator, and pure emotional instability. And now, from the darkened basements of North Jersey, comes the greatest gambling experience ever created for men who yell at televisions like they're personally involved in the game. Tommy Stig's Sportsbook, TM, the only sportsbook built specifically for retired bookmakers, emotionally damaged Giants fans, men named Sal, and people who still refer to prison as that little situation. Remember when betting required trust, relationships, and a guy whispering point spreads over a payphone while Sinatra played in the background? Not anymore. Because Tommy Stiggs combines old school sportsbook tradition with absolutely none of the emotional maturity modern society keeps talking about. At Tommy Stiggs, we don't believe in passwords or financial responsibility. We believe in Handshakes, panic, and screaming. The game was fixed at Buffalo Wild Wings. Still using those fancy online sports books? Cute. At Tommy Stiggs, your betting information is safely protected inside a folded napkin, underneath an espresso cup, next to a cannoli tray. Cybersecurity, Jersey style. Every Sunday, experience football heartbreak, irrational confidence, suspicious referees, unpaid gambling debts, and one guy named Vinny insisting, this parlay is mathematically impossible to lose. It will lose. Immediately. At Tommy Stiggs, we don't just offer betting. We offer community. Because nothing brings men together faster than collectively losing money on the Jets. And for a limited time, every new member receives one free emotional breakdown during playoff season, 2 complimentary arguments about the 1986 Giants, and a bonus uncle who swears he once knew a guy connected to the real Jersey crew. He absolutely did not. Warning. Tommy Stiggs' neighborhood sportsbook may cause pacing around the living room, yelling at quarterbacks, blaming referees for personal problems, calling cousins for emergency gambling loans, and saying, I got a system, while visibly unraveling emotionally. Do not use Tommy Stiggs as if financially stable, emotionally secure, or currently supervised by a parole officer. Tommy Stiggs' neighborhood sports book. Because therapy was never part of the neighborhood. His time, Tony Pizza, the country's most feared gangster. As we first reported back in September, he was once the boss of New York's Gambino crime family. He ruled by extorting, intimidating, or murdering not only his mob rivals, but legitimate businessmen, law enforcement officials, and anyone else who got in his way. After Pizza was arrested in 1993, he cut a deal with the government to testify against the mob in exchange for leniency. The details were instrumental. The deal fell apart, but not before Pizza gave prosecutors a detailed history of how he took control of some of this country's leading industries and how he personally participated in the murders of 36 people. That's right, 36 people. We met Pizza at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City, just before he was shipped out to a maximum security prison to serve a life sentence. Not 1, but 13 life sentences, plus 455 years, despite a lifetime of violence and treachery. Pizza says nothing beats being a mafia boss.
Without any interruptions, without jerk-offs trying to spin my story and fucking, they're still in denial that, I went to the Floridian diner and, Richard Kuklinski was there, I ate the cheeseburger, I got sick, I went to the hospital. I was in the hospital for 5 fucking days with dye tests, they were trying to figure out what made me sick. But, they weren't looking for cyanide. But I made it. I lived. He spoke about it. He didn't say my name, but he spoke about it. And for Frankie, who I was with before I went to Florida and opened up Cafe Bocce with the Coppola family, okay, from Harlem, the Coppola family from Harlem, and I was down there helping them, and Craig Coppola called Frankie and said, guess who I got with me? Because Craig was from Mill Basin, just like Frankie was. And we were all friends. I met the Coppolas through Frankie. So, he said, guess who I got with me? He said, they should send him to Desert Storm. Nothing will kill that motherfucker, because they had that chemical warfare. Right? So, he made that comment that they should send me to Desert Storm. And I didn't understand why. Why would he say that? Like nothing will kill me. Well, why would he say something like that? And it took years until they did these documentaries with the Iceman, and I said, oh shit, I knew that guy. I used to sit next to him in a spot on Avenue U. There used to be a little luncheonette on Avenue U. He used to come to and sit and do crossword puzzles. I never knew he was a hitman. I never knew anything about him. You don't ask questions when you're in that life. You don't ask people what they do. You know, you meet them, hey, how you doing?
Today I decided to not give you bitches a second of time for the rest of my life. I'll be goddamned if I put in the work and I don't get the credit to fucking suffice. I've been too humble too much of my life, cutting them off so I'm measuring twice. Cause this time I mean it, I'm still fucking bleeding. Bitch, there was better way to hand me the knife. Like boy, Lil Snowy, 40 is on me. Half of these idiots dumb as a brick. Swear I won't use it when all up on YouTube. My aim with the 45 fucking intense. Imagine if no stolen whip with a 10. Imagine if I finally wanted to quit. Imagine if this industry took the life out of bitch and all I got is fucking revenge. Who would I ride on if I'm about to call it? I think my fans know a couple of names. I know some 5-figure checks that I've written and can't say a word cause I bitch NDA'd. Call on my lawyers cause I keep them paid, but this ain't some shit that my lawyers could save. Cause if I do go out, I'm going out strong and I'll leave y'all a note with the key to the safe. That all of the friends that I lost, I was talking shit all on the net. All of apologize, all of them know that I fucking invented them, never forget. I never went out in public to vent. I know exactly what I represent. And any little bitch that was that quick to switch up, all of you deserve what the fuck you gon' get. How does it feel when you look at your fans and you know that you'll lose them if I ever talk? If I ever pull out receipts or some video, shorty, I bet you piss in your drawers. All you little bitch ass, silly never shit ass, fickle ass, flip flop, blind ass hoe. You should thank God with like every breath that I ain't talk my shit cause I stuck to the code. But ain't I hit you up directly, tell you that you best be treading real carefully, bitch. Bitch, don't you forget we still got a debt. See, I'ma collect my shit. If you got a question, I got an answer. Ain't I keep the same line? All that boo-hoo shit on the net was a clout chase. Them lies are so tired. Yo, I just noticed everybody that don't fuck with me fucks with each other. It's like a fucking union of dumbass people. Hey, but I'm coming back for my money though, I'm not playing, bitch.